Okay, so let's go through some examples of how to graph the tangent. Good news is it's pretty much the same as before. You just have to remember a couple slight differences, and that whole undefined thing is going to make the graph look drastically different, but the process is pretty much the same. Okay, I wrote all this stuff again because it never hurts to look at it. Period, just remember the big thing. Our period is now pi. Okay, for tangent, the period is pi. So when you're looking at that, make sure you're using pi and not 2 pi. And I drew a gigantic K here because, well, you guys forget. And it's annoying. So I wrote it big, hopefully to help, but it probably won't. Okay, so here's our thing. Y equals tangent of 2 theta plus 1. Same idea as before. List out all your information. Our amplitude is 1. Our K value is 2. This is going to be pi over 2. Our increments, we're taking that and dividing by 4. It's pi over 8. Phase shift, we don't have one, and our vertical shift is +1, up 1, however you want to write it. Okay? Labeling. You guys, some of you, are terrible at this. All you're doing for labeling the x-axis is you're taking your increments, and that's what you're counting by. So it's 1 pi over 8, 2 pi over 8, 3 pi over 8, and 4 pi over 8. Okay, and then these are the negatives. Okay, and we'll go by ones here. Okay, now let's figure out our table. So what I'm going to do is let's draw out the pattern. It's 0, 1, undefined, -1, 0. Okay, and we can go backwards with that just to make a full 2-period thing. And when you go to start plugging in, start in the middle. Okay, so for ours, at 0, remember when you start plugging in these zeros, these ones, these undefineds, all that stuff, it's replacing all of that, right? So 0 plus 1 is 0 at pi over 8. 1 goes in that box, plus 1 is 2. At pi over 4, it's undefined. At 3 pi over 8, we're plugging in -1 plus 1 is 0. And at pi over 2, we're plugging in the 0. Plus the 1 gives you 1. Okay? So then, now again, I highly recommend that you guys start using these tables. Not all of you are doing it. Some of you are okay without it. A lot of you, though, would really benefit from doing it because I have no idea what's happening with some of your graphs. And if you had a table to show me what was happening, it'd be a lot easier. Okay, so 0 and 1, pi over 8, 2. At pi over 4, we are undefined. We have an asymptote. At 3 pi over 8, we're at 0. At pi over 2, we are at 1. Okay. Again, with how to do the negative side of the graph. Always a big problem. Follow 2 ways. Again, to use the pattern, look at what you've already graphed and go from right to left. So 1, 0, undefined, 2, 1. What do you think is next? Follow this pattern. 0, then undefined, then 2, and then 0. It's too high. Okay? Or if you don't like that, then to figure out what negative pi over 8 is, since this is where you started and that was 0, negative pi over 8, plug in -1, and negative pi over 4, undefined. Right? Go back that way too if you want. All right, and then do your graph. All right, so as you can see, the actual graphing part of it, how to graph, is really no different than what we've already been doing. Okay, it's a lot of the same thing. It's just you got these undefineds in here to deal with, and the period is slightly changed because it's pi instead of 2 pi.